Hey guys, Nathan and Aleisha here from Running Warehouse Australia, and we're doing our 2024 best shoes. So I have picked a couple of daily trainers and a race flat for mine.
Yep, I've done the same. Got a daily trainer, a versatile shoe and a race day option.
Okay, so let's dive into it. Aleisha, what's your first pick?
So my first pick for a daily trainer is the Asics Nova Blast 4. I've absolutely loved this shoe. I've gone through quite a few pairs this year actually. It's super lightweight and it's very comfortable underfoot as well. The Flight Foam Blast Plus Eco is definitely a bit more on the firmer side, but it's still very comfortable. I personally do like a shoe that is firm. It just, I found, works really well for me. The outsole has also been very durable and the upper is super comfortable and lightweight and breathable. The only thing is the tongue does move around a little bit, but overall it's not a huge issue. We do have the Nova Blast 5 coming out very soon, so I'm super excited to see what the update is.
Yeah, I like the Nova Blast. It's something you can pick up the pace as well on some long runs.
Yeah.
And talking about picking up the pace on some long runs, that's why I chose the Mizuno Neo Vista here. Really nice underfoot feel. It does have the plate in there, which, as I said, it allows me when I want to pick up the pace on some longer runs. If I'm doing a little bit of a tempo, this is one I will reach for. The knit upper, it's been okay. I'm not a huge fan of it. We're just getting into some really hot weather here in Australia. It's been okay so far, but this is a shoe which I can do some easy runs in, I can do some long runs in. It's very, very versatile, but my next shoe is even more versatile, and I believe your next shoe is as well.
Absolutely. My next shoe is the Hoka Mach X2. This one actually surprised me. I'm usually very picky with my shoes, but I loved this one. It felt fantastic underfoot. It just felt so effortless to run in, and I often do reach for it on the days where I'm, doing a lot of my run sessions, and even on the days where my legs are feeling very fatigued, I pop this one on. And like I said, it just makes it feel so effortless. It has a fantastic toe off, and that probably has to do with the foam, the combination of the meta rocker and the paper plate. Yeah, it's honestly just been fantastic for me. I've loved it. The only issue is for me in the heel, I did have quite a bit of rubbing in there, so I do have to tape up my heel, and I think a lot of other people have had that issue as well, but it's been an absolute perfect shoe for me. I would honestly use it on race day.
To have that issue and still be in the best shoe of 2024
Absolutely.
for you. I mean, it must be a really good shoe. Now, as I mentioned, versatility. The New Balance Ballast for me is that versatile shoe. With that Piba EVA blend in the midsole, it's super squishy, it's super poppy on toe off. I've thrown sessions at it when I probably shouldn't. It's not really a shoe, I think, which you should throw a session at it, but it's so comfortable on foot that I'm willing to take that little bit of weight hit to do a session in it. And as I say, that Piba EVA midsole gives me great pop off the toe. The upper, it fits me really nicely. The engineered mesh upper, it's super comfortable on foot. All in all, this is a shoe which I think is really nice for easy runs. I maybe wouldn't take it for long runs though. I just don't think there's enough meat in the midsole.
Yeah.
But for that versatile daily trainer shoe you can throw a session at, I really enjoy it. All right, and last but not least, I can see you've got a racing flat, I've got a racing flat as well. Let's dive into yours.
Yeah, back with the Asics. I've loved Asics this year. They've got a fantastic range of shoes, I think, and they're super affordable. So my pick is the Metaspeed Edge Paris. I have run in the previous version of the Metaspeeds and I loved them, so I was super excited to try these ones out. I find that it just has a nice and propulsive ride with the combination of the foam as well as the carbon plate, and it's just a very smooth heel to toe transition. I've run 5Ks to up to half marathons in these shoes very comfortably, and I think that if I were to do a marathon, this would be my shoe of choice. I've absolutely loved it. It's definitely up there with some of the lightest shoes of the year, I think.
Yeah. So mine's a racing flat as well, or can we call them racing flats anymore? They're not really that flat, but I've gone with the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 3. I've got to run in the beta version and I really enjoyed it. I have enjoyed most of the Rebellion Pros. This one, they've just amplified. It's got a heap of cushioning in that midsole. They all do, but they've amped it up with 2 layers of the nitrogen-infused TPE foam, so it's super soft underfoot. And then you transition to that toe off, and you spoke about the toe off as well.
Yeah.
I like to be really fast coming from the track.
definitely.
I like to be fast on the toe, so this transitions me from kind of that mid-foot landing phase to toe off really quickly. I did get a little bit of irritation through the heel, but the more I wore it, the less I found that to be an issue. I think this one fits a little bit nicer than the 1 and the 2 as well for me. You just get a little bit more room in that toe box area. So for me, this is probably my racing shoe of 2024, and I know that might be a little bit divisive because of its geometry. I think you need to get used to it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Like someone for me, I am like a hard heel striker, so it just didn't quite work for me. You definitely have to be someone who's more like mid-foot, forefoot runner for that.
Yeah, and I think the more you run in it, the more you get used to that geometry. And even for me going into it, I still needed to get used to the geometry, but now I'm in it, I wouldn't go anything else almost. So that's our thoughts on the best shoes of 2024. Hey, let us know in the comments what yours are.
So you can find all of these shoes and more on our website at runningwarehouse.com.au.